Alright, here's Many Collector's Voltron of the Universe, Yellow Lion and Hunk figures. Second line in the set so far. Comes in the standard white Mattel shipping box with the name and stuff on the front, and the contact, safety, and consumer information on the back. So pretty standard, pretty big box. Inside of that, you get the Yellow Lion itself, which I've already opened. So his blade is in there somewhere. Actually, it's right there. And then you get the Hunk action figure with his extra head and lion key stand, as well as a part of the handle for the blazing sword for the fully formed Voltron. So pretty cool packaging. I mean, there's a lot of packaging there. They could have gone a little bit smaller, a little bit greener with that, but it's pretty cool. I mean, you get a nice bit of artwork behind it. That I'll show off in just a second after I pop him out. So that's pretty cool. It's got the both packages have the foil Voltron logo on there. Has the cartoon art on there. On the back, it shows the full-on blazing sword that you get by buying the figures. Which I guess the original plan was you could buy them separately, and they just went in and packaged them together. So. That's pretty cool. It would have been nice to be able to buy this figure separately, just to have extra figures, so you could have one with one head, one with the other one, or for customizing, but it's alright. Also shows the figure inside the lion there on the stand, and also Hunk pilots the Yellow Lion. So that's pretty cool. And then the lion itself, like I said, they both have the foil type logo. You got a bit of animation art there. On the back, you got the faded out Voltron with the highlighted lion there in his place. Hunk fits inside the Yellow Lion, of course, just showed you that. Instantly, sort of, transforms from Voltron's left leg to lion. Whereas on the red one, it had the exact opposite. It transforms into Voltron's arm, so they kind of mess up the wording there. That's fine. So it's pretty packaged. You can see like the nice artwork in the back. You can see the big plastic pedestal that it sat on. It's really cool, nice piece of artwork. And one of the cool things is they also included basically two pieces of the same artwork. So once you took this guy out, I suppose if you wanted to, you could I don't know, maybe take one and use it for a display, maybe. That'd be kind of cool, because then you could still take the pedestal part and slide it back in there with the lion and put this on your shelf or whatever. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, there it is without the plastic stuff in the way. So that's pretty neat. I mean, it'd be nice if the packaging was a little bit greener, because everybody's trying to go to that now, I guess, or at least customers are talking about it more than they used to. But you know, it's still not too bad. It's a collector piece, so you know, I don't mind the extra packing. And then Hunk comes in his own little box here, of course. It's pretty neat. It's got a nice plastic tray. I stuck the instructions inside the box there, but it's got a nice little plastic tray with I guess some Eris clouds and stuff in the background. So that's pretty neat. Hunk himself, pretty good looking figure. You know, he's basically got this articulation and sculpt that's up to par pretty much with most of the other 4-inch figures that are out currently. The only thing is he has probably a little bit less articulation than some, but he does have more than others. I'm not going to worry about showing you the blazing sword. I'll wait and do that once I get all the 5 figures and assemble that bad boy all together. Yeah, Hunk's not too bad. He's got a decent head sculpt. It's swappable with the helmeted head there. It just pops off and snaps back on. Some people have complained that the helmeted version sits a little bit too high on the collar, but really if you got it on the shelf where you kind of, unless it's like at eye level or higher, which probably I'd say 90% of the people aren't going to have it that high. I don't know. Yeah, it looks pretty good right there. So not bad. Also comes with a stand. It's got a teeny tiny peg on it. It's a lot smaller than a lot of the other action figures peg holes. It's not like a standard Star Wars G.I. Joe style peg, but it still works. And you can stand him on there and put his head on the base. It's got, you know, swivel articulation on the head. It's got nice clear goggles on there. The helmet and head's a separate piece. That's really cool. I think they did a good job on that. It has like the like a ball joint style shoulder with a single point elbow articulation with a it's almost like a ball joint. No wrist articulation. Has a waist swivel. It has a kind of like a ball joint style hip joint, and then a single point knee that's kind of somewhat hindered by the sculpt, but it's just to get a bend out of it, so you can get some decent poses. And it has like this ball joint type swivel in there. But all in all, it's not too bad. I mean, I'm pretty happy with it considering. One thing that I can say is better on this figure than most of the Hasbro ones is the actual shoulder joint, knee joint, elbow joint. Actual joint pieces are the right color. I mean, some of the Hasbro stuff, these would have been white inside there and really would have messed up the sculpt. You know, especially when you got a figure that you're just going to pose. It kind of sucks to have a big glaring mismatched piece of plastic hanging out. So there's Hunk. Not too bad. Pretty good little figure. Then of course you got the line itself. Ta-da! Pretty big cat there. So if he's 4 inches tall or so, you can tell this thing's, you know, 7-8 inches or so. It's got the blade that clips into the mouth there. It doesn't have the little divots like the red line had. It just clips around the handle. It's got the neck articulation due to the transformation, which is released by the button under the chest there. Has the clicky joint mouth, same as the red lion. He has a shoulder joint, elbow type joint, and a wrist type joint, paw joint, claw joint, and same thing for the rear. And then of course you do have some springy action in there for the action feature. His tail is articulated, has a nice double joint, you know, helps it fold up. And then you can take the key and you know, use it to press in up here to unlock the thing, but it you know, it's not all that tight. You can do it with your fingernail. So you got an opening hatch for a Hunk to get into. You got a decent little cockpit in there. Got some decals showing some details off. So that's alright. I mean, you know, it's not sculpted, painted detail, but you know, it's going to be closed most of the time anyway, so it's just nice that it's there. For Hunk, you just got to put him in a nice little seated pose and just kind of slide him in. He doesn't have to have his knees bent or anything. He just kind of squeezes in there, you know, and that's it. Yeah, so that's it. Pretty cool little line there. As far as the transformation goes into the Voltron leg, you just got to flip up the head, push down the tail, fold in the paws, and also on the directions it tells you to fold them in or out. So it looks like that'll be a nice little heel spur type deal for Voltron once he's assembled. The legs fold up like that. Next you can fold those over. So it's not exactly the same as the small Voltron Lion, which when it would fold up, you know, it would fold up, and the actual shoulders on the original, was it LJN did this, whatever the Japanese company was that did it too, same mold. The actual shoulders move in and out, which is a nice touch that I would have liked to have seen on this one. But you know, I digress. You know, the feet fold in a little bit differently on the other Voltron toys. I mean, this still wasn't all that show accurate, but the hind legs at least folded back almost right. The proportions look pretty good. I mean, this is a pretty decent representation of Voltron. A little chunky, but not too bad. You know, it would have been nice to have had the missile ear flap things, or a missile launcher that actually worked. But you know, for the gimmick on this, he's got a big square button on its chest essentially, and once you depress that, all manner of mayhem happens. All the legs pop out, and essentially all you really need to do is flip the claws forward, and you've got a lion. And then additionally, it has one more small button right there that will release Voltron's leg after it's assembled. So there you go. There's my little once over of the Matty Collector Voltron Yellow Lion.